Hey, my name is Lisa and I'm a freelance industrial designer. This is the second part of my portfolio tips series, so if you haven't watched the first part, go check it out. Today we will talk about what things you should avoid while building your portfolio, so let's start. Starting with the CV, my tip number 1, do not range your skills like 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. Just include the skills that you really have, software that you can use, languages that you speak, etc. It will look much more professional. This is what I mean by ranging your skills. Just put yourself in your recruiter's shoes. Why would you hire somebody who shows from the very first page that he is that bad at Photoshop? A much better way to show your proficiency in software was done by this guy. He puts the programs he's good at the first place, and he makes it bold. And then he writes his additional skills in a regular font. Tip number 2, don't allow visual chaos. Organize your information very straightforward. Use linear way of presenting information instead of making a very complicated way of reading it. In European culture, we read from left to right, from top to bottom, so while presenting the information in your portfolio, you should follow the same principle. Don't make your potential client or recruiter follow a chaotic way to read the information, because it's very likely that he will get confused and just close your portfolio because he just doesn't have extra time to figure out how your portfolio should be read. Also, it's better to separate content into 2 or 3 pages instead of putting everything in one page. Tip number 3, don't add much text. Instead, use photos or icons because visual information is much easier and faster to read. I'll give you an example from my own portfolio. So, to showcase a problem for one of my projects, I could have written it in a text, which nobody would read, but instead, I created these icons which visualize the problem in a much minimalistic and straightforward way. So I also added the one-word signs, which are also readable even when you scroll the portfolio fast. Tip number 4, don't limit yourself with the amount of pages. Your portfolio can be as long as you need it to. Just make sure that you have not more than 5 projects in your portfolio. Tip number 5, do not separate your portfolio into industrial design part and graphic design part, even if you have graphic design skills. What you can do instead, you can showcase your graphic design skills naturally in your portfolio. So how do you do that? For example, once you completed the industrial design project, you can then build a website for this product or create a cool logo for it and include it as well in your industrial design portfolio. Again, this looks much more professional and it just adds a little more to your industrial design skill set as well. By the way, don't forget that I give personal online consultations where I will go through your particular case and give you some advice of how you can make your particular portfolio better. So if you're interested, just send me a message on Instagram or email me, and I will give you the details of how the consultation will go. So these were all of my tips for you today. Stay tuned for more videos about portfolios in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.